What is up, you guys, and welcome back to day 5 of the Imperialism challenge, where we are filling out this map pretty quickly. And as a recap, let's see who the teams were that were eliminated in day 4. Ball State, Georgia Tech, Illinois, Kansas State, Louisiana Tech, Middle Tennessee, San Diego State, University of Central Florida, Louisiana Lafayette Ragin' Cajun, and the Western Michigan Broncos. And as you see, a lot of land has been filled out, but there are only 4 teams with more than 2 pieces of land, and those teams are listed right here as Clemson has 4, USC has 3, Temple has 3, and BYU has 3. Now let's get into this day 5 and see who will be the first team to try to take some territory today. And the first team here to try to take some territory is going to be the West Virginia Mountaineers. The West Virginia Mountaineers are going to be headed northeast, and the northeast arrow is pointing right here to Pittsburgh, which means we are going to be getting the backyard brawl game, the Pittsburgh Panthers versus the West Virginia Mountaineers. It's been a long time since they've had this rivalry, but it is such a fun rivalry to watch. And let's see if West Virginia can go into Pittsburgh and take their territory. And here we are in the backyard brawl, the Pittsburgh Panthers versus the West Virginia Mountaineers. Let's see if the Mountaineers can come in here and upset Pittsburgh. This should be a pretty good game. This was a fun game to watch live in IRL, so this will probably be a pretty good game in this simulation too. And at halftime, it is an 11-point game. West Virginia is leading 31-20. Let's hope that it gets closer, because I kind of want to jump in and watch some of this one. And unfortunately for us, we can't show anything of the backyard brawl between the West Virginia Mountaineers and the Pittsburgh Panthers, because West Virginia absolutely dismantled Pittsburgh 57-20 in our first upset of day 5. And with that, West Virginia has taken some territory in Pennsylvania as they beat the Pittsburgh Panthers, and there is only one team left in Pennsylvania, and that would be Temple, because Pittsburgh has been eliminated. And who is our next lucky team to try to take some territory today after West Virginia gets the first one? It will be the Marshall Thundering Herd, who was on day 1, I believe. So let's see if they can get some more territory. And where will Marshall try to invade? They will be going southwest. I do believe southwest would be more Kentucky than Virginia Tech, which I wish it was Virginia Tech, because I want them to play, but it looks like they're going to be playing Kentucky. And in our next game, the Marshall Thundering Herd look to come in and take some more territory as they try to upset the ranked Kentucky Wildcats. I don't remember what they were ranked, but this would be an upset, and it could be the second upset of the day. And at the half, Kentucky is winning 21-0, and it looks like our hopes of a second upset of the day will not come to fruition unless Marshall can pull off a miracle. And the upset will not happen today, as Kentucky pulls off a blowout of 42-7 against some Thundering Herd, and Kentucky will take all the land that Marshall has gained so far. And with that, Kentucky has taken over all the land that Kentucky has taken all the land that Marshall has gained today, or in this series, and has taken and surrounded Virginia Tech, as it looks like Virginia Tech's gonna have to go through Kentucky at some point, maybe, but Marshall has been eliminated. And the next team that is going to be trying to take some territory is going to be California. They haven't been in since the second episode, I believe, so let's see where they're going to be headed. California Golden Bears are going to be headed northeast, and northeast for California Golden Bears is going to obviously have to be working, because that's the only place they can go. So let's see if Cal can pull off the upset. And the California Golden Bears are coming into Oregon, into Eugene, to try to upset the Ducks. This is going to be really hard, because I think the Ducks are going to have a huge run in this, and Unfortunately for the California Bears, I don't think they're going to get the win, but hey, you never know. I didn't think Georgia Tech would ever beat Georgia, and they did. And at halftime, the Golden Bears have a 24-21 lead. Are they going to pull up one of the biggest upsets of this series? They could. We'll see. And unfortunately, the Golden Bears cannot hang on as Oregon comes back and wins 35-24. And with that, the California Golden Bears have been beaten, and Oregon has come and taken some of the land in California, as they are the first team to invade California. And look at this huge chunk of land that Oregon has, because Cal has been eliminated. And the next team that is going to be trying to take some territory will be Clemson. Let's see if they can add to their impressive 4 territory lead and see if they can get 5. And they will be heading a little bit northwest, but more west, to see if they can take their 5th territory. And the arrow is pointing more up this way, so it looks like they're going to be going into Auburn to see if they can get their 5th and 6th territory. And Clemson is coming into Jordan-Hare to see if they can get 6 territories and take a massive lead in owning territories. So let's see if they can pick it up. And at half, it looks like Clemson is on the verge of taking over 6 territories, because they are up 27-7. And in another blowout, Clemson has secured 6 territories, winning 40-10. And with that, Clemson has taken a team leading 6 territories, as they take 2 territories away from Auburn, as Auburn has been eliminated. And the next team that will be trying to take territory in day 5 is going to be the Army Academy. And where will the Army be heading? They will be trying to take over a team in the Northwest. And Northwest for the Army is going to be Syracuse. All right, let's see if Army can come into the Carrier Dome and beat the Orange. And this would probably be considered a top 3 upset if it does happen. And at halftime, the Syracuse Orange are dismantling the Army 34-7. Unfortunately for Army, it looks like their time in this Imperialism challenge is going to be over. And Army did score 21 points, but they still get blown out by 30, 51-21. And the last team standing in New York is going to be the Syracuse Orange, because they have officially beaten the Army, and Army has been eliminated. Who's going to be next? Let's find out in a couple of seconds. It will be the UTEP Miners, and as everybody knows, this is one of my 3 picks, because the UTEP dynasty. Let's see if UTEP can get an upset here, because they're not a very good football team. Let's see where they're going. And the UTEP Miners will be traveling northeast, and northeast for the UTEP Miners is going to be Texas Tech, who already has territory. All right, let's see if my UTEP Miners can come in and upset Texas Tech and take 2 territories. It's going to be really hard, but I do hope that UTEP can come in and pull off the upset. And at half, it is tied 7-7. Let's see who's going to break through. And with under 2 minutes left, Texas Tech is down 7 with 1 timeout left. Let's see if they can get the stop here and try to score. And it looks like A-Watt is going to take it for a first down. Let's get back in here and watch as they call their final timeout. And all UTEP has to do is just run the clock down. And there goes A-Watt. And it's going to be 4th and 1, but clock is going to run out. And UTEP gets the upset against Texas Tech and takes 2 territories. Are they going to kick that field goal? Nope. Clock runs out. And my UTEP Miners get the victory 21-14. What a close game. That 1 touchdown in the 3rd quarter that they had was the difference. So UTEP picks up 2 territories. And with that, the UTEP Miners have taken all the territory that Texas Tech had earned, as they take over a giant piece of land here. Look at all that land that they have just taken over. Oh my goodness, that is a giant piece of land. for the UTEP Miners, as the Texas Tech Red Raiders have been eliminated. And the next team to try to take some territory is going to be the Indiana Hoosiers, who already have a piece of land. So let's see if they get some more. And where will Indiana end up going? They will be going southeast. And southeast for the logo of Indiana is going to be Western Kentucky. All right, let's see if Indiana can come in and take some more of Kentucky as they face Western Kentucky. At the end of the half, Western Kentucky is taking it to the Indiana Hoosiers 28-10. And Western Kentucky absolutely drubs Indiana 56-24. Western Kentucky has picked up 2 pieces of land. And with that, Western Kentucky has taken the territory that Indiana has gotten and the territory in Indiana, as Western Kentucky now has 3 pieces of land and has defeated Indiana, who has now been eliminated. And with only 3 teams left, let's see who the final 3 teams are. The first one is going to be the Tulane Green Wave. And where will the Tulane Green Wave be going? They will be going north. And north for Tulane is going to be the LSU Tigers, who are going to be invaded for the 2nd time in 2 days. And this is the battle for the Tiger Rag, as Tulane's coming into LSU to try to pull off a huge upset against the LSU Tigers. Let's see if Tulane can pull it out. And at halftime, LSU has scored 2 touchdowns, missed an extra point, so they are only up 6 points. Let's see if Tulane can come back and get this win. And unfortunately for Tulane, they did not score again, and LSU scored 25 in the 4th, winning 38-7. And LSU has now gained some more territory as they beat the Tulane Green Wave and has taken over almost all of Louisiana. And that means the Tulane Green Wave have been eliminated. 2 teams left. Who is going to be the second to last team to try to pick up some land? It will be the UTSA Roadrunners. Or will UTSA try to take over? They're going to be going northwest. And northwest for the Roadrunners is going to be UTEP, as UTEP is going to be going again. See if they can pick up some more territory. And in the Sun Bowl, UTEP is being invaded by UTSA. Let's see if they can pull off the upset here against one of their rivals in the Roadrunners. And with just a minute left, it is a tied game here. Let's see if UTEP can get down there and kick a game-winning field goal or score a game-winning touchdown. And they're gonna run the ball with 2 timeouts. I mean, it's not a bad idea. And they're letting the clock run out again. Sometimes this game is very stupid because, like, go for the win. And UTEP did not drive down the field, so it is tied. UTSA gets the ball first in overtime. Let's see who can get this win. Oh, it's not a fumble. It's a incomplete pass, but it looks like the quarterback is going to be injured. The kick is up, and it is good. UTSA has a 20-17 lead. Let's see if UTEP can tie it up again or win the game with a walk-off touchdown. And on 3rd and 1, let's see what they do. They're going to throw the ball out to A-Watt, and they're going to lose yards, so it's going to be 4th and 5. Don't know why you wouldn't run the ball there, but they're going to have to kick the field goal to tie the game. And if they miss, they lose. And the kick is up, and it is good. Double overtime, and it's a screen pass, and AY gets it. Should have been tackled for a loss, but he still gets 4. And on 2nd and 6, hand it off again, and they lose. Oh, they don't lose anything, actually. On 3rd and 6, they are going to throw a screen to A-Watt, and he's not going to be able to pick up the first down. It's going to be 4th and 3. And the kick is up, and it is good. Let's see if UTSA can answer. And they're going to run the ball, and they are going to lose yards as the UTEP Miners tackle them for a 3-yard loss. It's going to be 3rd and 13. And on 3rd and 13, they're going to have to get a big chunk of yards so they can... Oh, it's going to be a screen. And they are going to get the yards they need to be able to kick the field goal to send us into triple overtime. But hey, he might miss. And the kick is up, and it is good. Triple overtime, baby. 2nd and 11, he's going to get sacked. 3rd and 19, UTEP's defense has come to play. And on 3rd and 19, he draws back to pass, throws the screen, and he gets a pretty decent gain, 4 yards, but it's 4th and 15. They hold him to another field goal. The kick is up, and it is good. UTEP needs to kick a field goal to tie it again to go to quadruple overtime or score a touchdown to win. Hardison's back to pass. It's all day and he throws an interception, which means the game is over and UTSA is going to win. And that's the worst way to end the game because he throws an interception to end the game and UTEP has been eliminated because UTSA beats them 26-23 in triple overtime. And unfortunately for a team that has picked up territory today, they have actually been invaded and beaten by the UTSA Roadrunners in a way that nobody wants to be beaten, and an interception that sealed the game in overtime. But UTEP has unfortunately been eliminated. And who is going to be the last team to take territory today? Will it be somebody that we haven't seen or somebody that we have seen? It is going to be somebody that we have seen but haven't seen since the first episode, as the Alabama Crimson Tide are going to try to take the last bit of territory in this day. And where will Alabama end up? Northwest. And Northwest for Alabama is going to be Ole Miss, which is a game that is played every single year. And in the last game of the day, Alabama comes into Ole Miss to try to take their territory, and Ole Miss tries to upset #1 Alabama. And at half, Alabama has a 17-point lead. And in the last game, Alabama does pick up the victory against Ole Miss and picks up another piece of land. And with that, Alabama has taken over some land in Mississippi as they beat Ole Miss and becomes the last team to take territory in day 5 and picks up some more as Ole Miss has been eliminated. And as you can look at the map, it looks like Oregon and UTSA has the biggest bit of land, but not the most amount of territory because Clemson still holds that. There's just so many teams in the Southeast that it looks kind of small, but right now Clemson has the most. And yeah, unfortunately one of my teams has been eliminated in UTEP, so pretty close to making it a big victory for UTEP, but they didn't win. But let's see what the map looks like after day 6 in the next episode. So that's it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. If you did, please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you have not, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.